Happy birthday, dear Paul. Happy birthday to you.
We don't just leave it there. Paul, Deacon, husband, father, and friend to many.
Grandfather.
Oh, gosh. Sorry, missed out grandchildren. How long have you been a deacon, Paul?
35 years. This June.
35 years. Well, this parish, I can't speak for the last, well, I can only speak for the last 18 months, 2 years, but I suspect that for the previous 33 years, well, I know this parish has been blessed by a holy and a humble man. And it's been great for me to come in and find Paul here, and just we've become quite good friends, I think, over that period of time. Real support. We need to mark the fact that Paul is now an old man. 75. Now, the tradition is that at 75 that people have to offer to retire. I mean, I personally think 65 would be a lot better. So Paul has offered to retire. He wrote to the bishop and offered to retire as deacon, but saying that actually he'd like to carry on in some way or another. Now, you know that expression, old soldiers never die, they only fade away. Well, actually deacons do die eventually, but old deacons don't die, they taper. Now, I think Father Peter Folkes introduced Paul to the concept of tapering. And whereas Paul isn't going to just completely step back, I think tapering is now the order of the day, particularly with the grandchildren, who I forgot earlier. So, Paul's got a lot with the family. Now, my job is sort of to look after him, I feel. So what I'm going to say to you is that Paul will be doing a little bit less. He'll be doing what he wants to do. And what I ask of you is that you don't ask him to do things, because he can't say no. So please, if there is something, baptisms, funerals, weddings, please speak to me. You might not want to, but that's the route to take. Please don't ask Paul to do things, because it'll make it difficult for him to step back. He's a very, very willing and able helper, but let's let him enjoy. I was going to say what's left. Let him enjoy. We never know the day nor the hour, do we? Yeah. But let's let him enjoy stepping back and doing exactly what he'd like to do. I think the number of people here is just a tribute to the affection in which the parish holds you, Paul. And I know they'll do what they're told. They won't trouble you more than they need to. So thank you. I can't thank you really for the years that went before I came, but lots of people here know precisely how much of yourself you've given. And it's been a sacrificial and inspirational ministry. So thank you very much indeed on behalf of everybody here for that.
Just going to hold it for you.
I'll hold it for you.
Just before I say a few words, Father David said that I had been a rock guitarist, and I thought, well, I'll go up into the loft and have a look for my guitar, and I think I can just remember one. That was a Beatles song. I think you might recognise it. It's got a bit of... that's enough, I think. A quick while the going was good. I was hoping to do a duet because I'm not really a vocalist, but Father David is a really good singer. Are you ready?
No. What are we doing?
No, I thought we'd practice this because there's a Rolling Stones Little Red Rooster. I would play rhythm guitar. Well, I think Keith Richards played some of those. But I thought we'd have our own Mick Jagger. The only trouble is he's got to let his hair grow over the summer. And I know he's got drain pipe trousers in his closet. So,
Well,
who knows? So maybe for another social event, you know, we could do the duet.
I'll be right behind you, Paul.
Anyway, no, seriously, thank you, everybody. I'm so grateful that you've been able to come here, and quite a few people who haven't been able to come have sent cards, given greetings, presents, and so on. Yeah. I thank especially Anne, my wife, who has put up with me for many, many years, and especially during my diaconate of nearly 35 years. She has shared it with me because we've always seen it as a kind of dual ministry, and she's always been there in a profound way since the beginning. It's not been easy for her, especially in the last few years, because she's been very unwell, and she sees me round and about coming to church, and she can't take part in many of the services. So I do thank her so much. You've always been there as my inspiration and support. You're the powerhouse behind the ministry here. She prays for me and for others constantly. She even gets up in the middle of the night and prays quite a bit. So just on behalf, I was going to get you snowdrops, but I couldn't get them. We love snowdrops, but I planted several this year, and I must have planted them upside down. So anyway, thank you. I also like to thank Stefan, my son, who's here, come from London, and he's been such an inspiration and support for Ruth, daughter, Al, Orla, and of course Noah, who's a bit bemused by it all at the moment, is taking up the guitar. He's saying thank you. Of course, we couldn't have done this today without Father David and the parish council, for all those people who've helped to put up balloons and so on, and for yourselves who've brought all the food, for Gloria, for Wynne, who've done so much. Thank you, Father David, for your pastoral sensitivity, wisdom and humour, and you've been a breath of fresh air and an inspiration here in our parish. Some of you, thank you. Thank you to all of you. I also love the diversity of our parish. We've got people from all over the world, from Asia, from Africa, from Europe, and it's lovely to see you. I try to struggle on with a bit of Polish, but dziękuję bardzo. And thank you for all from Slovakia and from all over from Italy and other countries as well. Italy, yeah, Spain. You will see me less and less as I taper, as Father said. But I will be around in the parish. It's a parish that I love. It's got such a great community and good atmosphere and many, many gifted people. And I know many of you are preaching the kingdom outside this building, and you're preaching it not so much by words maybe, but certainly by your deeds and by what you do, by your compassion and love. And I was very struck by Father David's words today. It's about trying to live a holy life. I think we're all called to that, and just being aware of the presence of God. And, I think that's what we hope to do. Sort of finally, my one wish is that there'll still be a thriving parish here with lots of young people in years to come. And who knows, we may have a new deacon or a deaconess. I can see some of the rebels at the back. There's a few around. So thank you very much, all of you, and do finish the food, and we'll see you all.
There is, I think, a cake cutting to come, so please just hang on for that moment. I don't want to spoil his fun, but there's quite a cake to come out.